Welcome to the Pennzoil Cup Series for Race 12 at Las Vegas. The Pennzoil pole will go to Ryan Dunn driving the number 32 car for Checker Flag Motorsports as the field takes the green flag. It's 30 drivers going down to turn 1. Ryan Dunn and Jake Booker lead him down. Ryan Dunn getting a really good jump on the field. Look at that gap. 2 car lengths already on the field going through 1 and 2. Ryan Dunn is definitely going to be a forcible opponent coming into this race. Before this race, practice and qualifying was number 1, obviously being he's on the pole, and looking to get that lead in the points back. As you see, coming out 4 and down into 1, he still holds a good lead over Jake Booker, so that 32 is continuously fast all weekend so far at this track. The 32 car, I think, is really wanting to get his lead back. Derek Petrie qualifies in the back. This is the perfect opportunity for him to get that. And Jake Booker not really of concern to Ryan Dunn at the moment on points. But Ryan Dunn, 5 laps after, will continually start to pull away from the field gradually. Not as much as in practice though. He's still actually not running as fast as he was in practice. So probably holding back what he has right now after seeing how good he is compared to the rest of the field. Obviously indicated by that restart. But Jake Booker is also holding in pretty good. Deer Park on the hood of the side of the car for this race, just showing how many sponsors are now in the field. So, which is good for everybody. But you see the 83 car back in 3rd, 77 in 4th, and the 33 in 5th. That is your top 5 at the moment. And you see that 3 of the 5 are actually Toyotas, and 2 of the 5 are Chevys. So, no Dodges up in the front, surprisingly. Usually there always would be one, but not right now predominantly. But that top 5 is starting to pull away just a bit from the field. This is a first-time driver, Myrtle Hassan. What makes him really special, this is his first attempt to qualify a race. Usually this late in the season so far, not any drivers who are just joining the series manage to make their first start. And even the ones that do and usually make it still even miss it. Arsh Hussain missing the race today, as tough luck for him, but looking for good from Myrtle today. And here's another first-time starter, not in this series, however, and a new team. This is Aaron Lukes in the 38 car, driving for Rascal Racing, finally making the 3rd team in that organization after Alex Tanker was revoked from his ride. As Aaron Lukes currently just getting out of Malley Motorsports on his own, feeling as they did not have the equipment that was suitable for him. You see his ex-teammate back there, AJ Davidson, getting forced out of line. But that 38 car looking for strong finishes ahead as he joins one of the top teams in the sport. And here's our final first-time starter. This one is another first-time driver in the series. This is Colin Lukes, and name obviously represents that they have the connection, but that car driving for Premier Racing Motorsports, 2 different teams, not since they're Chevys and all, but look for the best of both of them. But Derek Petrie, like we said, is actually not doing too good right now. He's running way in the back. The 53 car is not doing up to what he should be doing after winning last week at Eagles Point, and the 53 car just edging out the 83, and now the 83 is just completely destroying him here at this track today. As Derek Petrie said, he did not really like this track coming into this race, and obviously he's getting passed on the outside, definitely losing the car through the corners. Not a good track for him so far. But if you look behind him, you got another driver that's also known to be good. That's Jack Newman. Well, we got another car smoking in front. I thought that was Zach Komosky, but instead it's Giovanni Barras in the 92 car. And, well, Flash Racing has not had an engine problem yet this season, despite being a 1-car team, but that will be their first one sending them out of the race here at Las Vegas. Tough luck for that team. But Gary Weaver is another driver who's getting brand new sponsorship on the car, as this is actually Nokia for 3 races, I believe, this season. And always nice to see new drivers with new sponsors on the cars. This one's been signed for a bit though, but always good to see those sponsors in the cars. Makes them look so much prettier. But so far you see in front of them, just pretty much a log jam right now. 16 cars, 17 and 99 are actually in this pack. That's 21st, 23rd, and 24th, if I'm not mistaken. So all of those cars are outside the top 20 right now. It's kind of not even a surprise anymore, since that Red Viper Racing team has not done good at all in the past couple races. Even when I said that one's holding the banner or another, it does not matter. They're not consistent anymore, and they're not up front where they need to be. Nick Purcell's currently the highest running out of all of them, but still continues to fall after each race right now. Daniel Boyles was running pretty good last week at Eagles Point before being taken out after a pit road collision with AJ Davidson, which put him in the pit wall, ending his race in the 30th position, dropping him to 18th in points, and this is not the way to try to get back those points after he lost at Eagles Point. Now back at oval similar to California, he should be doing good here, but not so. Cody Russell back out front now. You see Ryan Dunn continues to pull away, but the battle for second gets a bit more intense as Jake Booker seems to be just pulling up Kyle Collins a little bit. Kyle to the bottom, and Kyle a little loose. Jake a little loose too though, and Kyle looks like he'll make the move on the inside. The 83 car, just ever since Bristol, has been on the top of the charts in these races. Don't know what they did with the car. Obviously the new suspension, but that was only raced for 2 races. This is a new suspension for this race, so I think that 83 just got his stuff together. But here's another driver who's doing pretty well today, as this is the 91 of Trey Phelps, a Pontiac driver. After the other fellow Pontiac driver, Jeff Fair, failed to make the race after finishing 6th last week at Eagles Point. He's looking to carry the banner for Pontiac today and try to get him another good consistent top 10 finish here today. And that's what he said in the pre-race, and currently is running inside the top 20 at the end of the top 20 though. And I think he can work his way up if he really can. That 91 team looking strong though so far today. On board Jacob Tube in the 42 car, one of the Fords in the race. Only 2 Fords entered and rode for Tetronics Motorsports. Now a 4-car team, obviously Arshon Sane getting signed for that team after leaving Alonso Debot Racing and missing the race too. But the 07 in front of him, Robin Shannon, Jay Barker, these guys really have had up and down seasons, all of them. Jay Barker has kind of been the most in between. He's been around 20th the entire season, so that's kind of where he's running right now in points. But Jacob too was down in 30th about 2 races ago. Now he's up in 13th. And Robin Shannon pretty much the opposite. Now she's down probably in 25th, I think, around there. So teams really starting to fall or come up with the points right now. And we're looking at Michael Kraft right now after his win at Talladega. That shot him up huge. He wasn't even really contesting for anything, but that win at Talladega got him up into 4th in points. But sadly, he's been dropping ever since with inconsistent runs. I believe at Kansas he got some front end damage after a wreck, so that can explain why for a little bit of that. But looking for a good run right now in that 31 team. Obviously the 53 probably won't be doing anything remarkable today in that 53 car. In the 38 we don't expect him to be on top of his game, but we're just gonna have to see how Rascal Racing plays this race out, as Derek Petrie might just drop from the points lead with Ryan Dunn currently in 1st right now. As speaking of Ryan Dunn, the leader and Kyle Collins in 2nd will pull down to pit road. A couple cars stay out, Robin Shannon, Jacob 2 for example, but the majority of the field will come in this time by. Michael Kraft, however, will come in with some problems, which led to more problems. He said he had a vibration right before his motor let go coming into pit road, clouding Michael Jones with a cloud of smoke. And well, tough luck for the 31 team. I was just talking about how they needed a good run here, try to get their points game back up again, and this is not going to help it. 30th place for them, definitely. Actually 29, Giovanni Barraza's already out with the same problem. But AJ Davidson, after pit stops, this guy is now a lone gun on that team. It used to be 3 cars. Colin Luke's actually signed with Malley Motorsports before making his sudden change a day later, and Um, but that 52 car is kind of just the only one left, as Melly Motorsports has just been falling and falling, not too good, and he's currently running in the back right now. Just kind of see that team falling under the radar soon, as you see Derek Petrie and Jack Newman in the back still at the moment as well. But looking back up front, we see Jay Barker, as he's been making his way through the field. I believe he was around 10th the last time we saw him, but now he's in 3rd, and definitely closing in. He's a second behind the 32 car, and a little under half a second behind Kyle Collins. And that team right now has Blu-ray on the hood. I bet he wants to let them have a good run here, and currently doing a good job at it. 3rd place for him. And here's Far Motorsports' Jay Durrell. Engine failure last week at Eagles Point, getting put in the inside wall on lap 1 at Dover. It would sound like before these events he would be pretty much like looking forward for good finishes. Well, he was. He actually was in 3rd place, and that was his main goal, to try to get up into contention in the podium positions. But that all fell apart after he did his happy dance, as those 2 races following have put him down into the 8th range, and really wanting to have a comeback right now, but that team is not inside the top 20 at the moment, and that's not what he needs. So that 43 team just keeps slipping after the dismal runs in the last 2 races. One team that's really getting back on the good side of things right now is that 07 team right now, needing a good run after multiple inconsistent finishes, whether it's a wreck, blown motor at such as Hillside or Kansas. But that 07 team up front right now, 6th or 5th is where she's running, and trying to just get back inside the top 20 at least, maybe 19th if she could get lucky, but right now inside the 24th range, somewhere around there in points. Back up front with Ryan Dunn in the 32 car, as he's been leading the entire race so far other than pit stops, and that will definitely give him the 5 bonus points for leading the most laps, as well as the pole position. So no matter where he finishes, he'll be leaving here with 10 bonus points. So that 32 car is definitely looking to close that lead on the 53 car, definitely. But coming in a lap later, he will end up taking pit stops earlier than anyone else, and this might hurt him or help him. We have a cross between what's better, so pitting later or earlier, just depends on the track. But coming out of pit stops, as that's the 33 in the 83, so it definitely looks like pitting earlier helped him, because he breezes by the 2. Yeah, that's a huge gap. But I don't think anyone else has anything for him. We're at 11 laps to go. That 32 car just took the win, I think. And that could be a full 50 points going into that 32 team's grasp. And that's exactly what that team needs after losing the points lead for the first time this season. Actually, no. For the first time in like 8 races, though. But let's look back further in the field with like 5 laps to go. You see on the 70 car and the 47 running 5th and 10th, just showing Bad Dad Racing's up front capabilities of just consistently finishing inside the top 10 day in and day out. You see up there Trey Phelps inside the top 10. Good job for him. Zach Carr somehow managed to sneak his way up in there, as well as Robin Shannon, so all of them having good runs. Jacob Tube again, after Dover finishing first at Dover's pretty much a lifesaver for his team. He's inside the top 10. Good job for him. And as you see, Michael Jones pushing to the inside line, the 47 car taking 9th away from 2, and looks like we got another car coming by. That's actually the 38 car of Aaron Lukes. Remember, Michael Kraft isn't here anymore to hold the banner for the team, and Derek Petrie sure isn't going to do it. Aaron Lukes trying to get inside the top 10 in that 38 car, as that, I guarantee you that the team leader is nodding his head at this performance, and I would say it's a good trade, as that 38 car, I think, just might have needed the good equipment. But looking back, the 5 car and the 77 running 2nd and 3rd a lot of the race, now back in 13th and 14th, so tough luck for them. 15th, Gary Weaver, then we got Matt Hotchkiss and Conrad Cooper further back. And we got Murdo Hassan, I believe he's running a solid 20th on the edge with 1 point. Good job for his first race though, as but further back we got Billy Bishop Motorsports, Webster Zygar, Nick Purcell, Zach Komoski, as all these guys haven't been up front all day. Jack Newman trying to fight his way up just a little bit, 24th. Daniel Boyles and Rick Witt, 25th and 26th. AJ Davidson and Colin Lukes and Derek Petrie will round out the rest of the field and this race. So Derek Petrie still last place in that 53 car. Definitely uncharacteristic of what he is in points currently in first. But Ryan Dunn takes the white flag. Pretty much an uneventful race all race long. I think this is our first race without a caution in the entire race, but besides the Bud Shootout, I believe. But 32 car I think he will do the entire sweep. The most points anyone can get. 50 points will be handed to Derek Petrie after this race. No cautions, all points, and Derek Petrie will take his 3rd win of the season. No one has done 2 yet, and Derek Petrie's already on to his 3rd. So, dominant man right there. Ryan Dunn will most definitely be taking the points lead after today, as that 32 does his burnouts for 3 wins this season after 12 races, or 13. But the 32 car finishes up top on point, as Kyle Collins, good solid 2nd. Addison Steinbach, a good 3rd place for him as well. Jay Barker, consistent 4th place for him, unlike the 20th we said earlier he was used to having. 5th, Brian Boone. He was concerned about his finishes earlier in the past couple races, which have kind of been true, but back up inside the top 5 again. Trey Phelps, solid top 6. Robin Shannon 7th, Zach Cars 8th, Michael Jones 9th, and Jacob Tube 10th. Kyle Singer, good job 11th, Jay Durrell 12th. Aaron Lukes fell back a bit, but still solid 13th. Jake Booker 14th. Tough luck for him, just keeps falling out after running up front all day. Garrett Weaver 15th, Matt Hotchkiss 16th, Cody Russell same with him 17th. Conrad Cooper, silent day for him, finishes with 3 points, 18th. Webster Zygar, 19th, and good first place run, 20th place, he locks home with 1 point. 21st, Nick Purcell, 22nd, Zach Komoski, 23rd, Jack Newman, 24th, Daniel Boyles, 25th, Rick Witt. And those, well, at least 4 of them definitely expected him to be up front, but obviously 3 of the 4 Red Viper Racing cars, I just don't know what happened with their team. 26th, AJ Davidson, 27th, Derek Petrie managed to get by Colin Lukes for 1 more spot up. 29th, Michael Kraft with a blown motor, and same with Giovanni Barraza in 30th. Ryan Dunn, now 20 points ahead of 2nd place Derek Petrie. 3rd, Michael Jones, and Brian Boone 5th. Bad Dad Racing right there for you. Kyle Collins, good solid 4th for him so far. Cody Russell still in it in 6th. Jay Durrell in 7th. Michael Kraft falls to 8th. Addison Steinbach and Matt Hotchkiss up to 9th and 10th respectively. And those 2 Toyotas, good runs for them. The silent people of the series so far. Kyle Singer in 11th, just where he finished. 12th, Jay Barker after being almost out of it. 13th, Jake Booker. 14th, Nick Purcell's now the highest running RVR contender. 15th, Jacob Tube, as he fell a little bit, but still in the contention for the chase right now. 16th, Gary Weaver. 17th, Webster Zygar. 18th, Jack Newman, and Zach Cars 19th. I'll put all national racing cars inside the top 19. And 20th, Brett Brown. 21st, Daniel Boyles. He'll finally fall out of the contention for the chase. 22nd, Robin Shannon. 23rd, Rick Witt. 24th, Bella Davis. 25th, Marco Sapitro. 26th, AJ Davidson. 27th, Giovanni Barraza. As Giovanni Barraza, Marco Sapitro, Bella Davis, Rick Witt all have wins, not even in the chase right now. Arsh Hussain 28th, Brian Lenning 29th, and Trey Phelps will boot Richard Thomas out of the chase grid for now. The Pennzoil Cup Series will see you next time at Homestead. Thank you all for watching. There are your songs. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.